Hi friends, this is Shinu. Hope all are having a lovely day out there. Welcome back to my channel Flavors of Life. Today's special is a snack recipe and it is perfect for the iftar in this holy month of Ramadan. It's spicy and a healthy recipe too, and it is CHATTI PATHIRI or called a layered chicken cake. It's a very special dish in Malabar region, Kerala. This is basically done in 3-step process, which is very easy to make and also healthy. I added my own changes so that it is made more healthy. So let's see how we make it. First stage is the making of dosa batter. For that, to a bowl we'll add 1 cup of wheat flour and 2 tablespoons of rice flour. We are alternating the wheat flour instead of maida or all-purpose flour. Then goes in salt. And then oil is added. This adds a really good flavor to the dosas we make and it will maintain it crispy. And then goes in 1 egg. I got a luck of getting 2 yolks. You can just add 1 egg. And then add water and make it to this consistency, a dosa batter consistency. Set it aside. And we'll start with the second stage, which is the egg mixture. To a bowl we'll add 3 eggs, then goes in 1/4 teaspoon of pepper powder and then a teeny pinch of turmeric powder. Then goes in little chili powder and of course salt. Mix this up really well. We make sure in this recipe every layer has its own taste and flavor. So mix this and keep this aside. The second stage is done. On to the next stage of making the chicken filling. To the oil we are adding chopped curry leaves. Let this turn a little crispy and then we will be adding the chopped ginger and garlic. To be very specific about the measurements, I have taken around 5 cloves of garlic and a 1-inch piece of ginger and chopped it finely and added into it. This is a very important stage. You have to definitely saute it till the raw smell goes off. And then goes in around, of course you have to spice up this recipe because this is really spicy. We'll add green chillies. This you can up and down according to your spice level. I'm going to add in around 3 green chillies chopped. Make sure you chop everything into a little teeny bit so that it does not have any problem in making a filling. Saute this really well until the raw smell goes off. It's all done and crispy and brown. Then goes in 2 medium chopped onion. My onion was little medium size, so I've taken 2. If it's a bigger one, you can just take 1. Saute this until it becomes little transparent and time to spice up the mixture. So we're going to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric powder to it. And then 1 tablespoon of chili powder. And then goes in 1 teaspoon of pepper powder. And then 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. And 1/2 teaspoon of garam masala, and that's it. Again you have to saute it to remove the raw smell out of the spices. Keep your flame in low so that you don't choke because of the smell of the spices. And this is a chicken boiled with turmeric powder and salt, and then I have shredded it in a mixer blender. You can just do it in your hands also. Add this mixture to the spice mixture. We have already got it ready. Mix it up really well. And let this dry up because we want a dry filling rather than a wet filling. So mix it up really well, keep it in medium flame, stir it in between and dry up the mixture. Now the chicken mixture is all ready. We'll add in salt and leave it for another few minutes because salt will release little more water. Let that also dry off. Mix, let the salt run everywhere. Then meanwhile we'll make the dosas. I did not explain how to make dosas, so you can go ahead and make it. I'm just making it in an iron tawa. This is where it's made healthy. Normally it's made with maida. I have alternated it and made it with wheat flour because we need healthy dishes for a healthy body, right? So flip it. You do not have to fully cook the dosas. You just have to cook it. Make it around 8 to 10 so that it's enough. The filling is ready. We'll just add chopped coriander and mix well, and this is ready. And we have to get set things for the layering. To start off with the layering, in a pan add little ghee and leave it on the stove on a very low heat. Now take each dosa, dip it into your egg mixture and start layering. Be very careful, it may rip off, but it's not at all a matter. Come on, it's not at all a matter. And then go ahead with the chicken filling, spread it as evenly as possible, not towards the corners of it because it may not stick to each other and finally it will not be in a cake form. So make sure you just put it only in the center and little towards the corner. This snack recipe is basically low oil. It's not just so much intense like something which is fried. This will definitely keep you full but not really stuffy. And then time for the second dosa. Just as I told you, just dip it in the egg mixture and layer it on top of the chicken filling and keep repeating this until you finish your 8 or 10 or 12, how many dosas you have made, until you finish up with the filling. For me it took around 9 dosas to finish off. So I'll show from when I reach the last layer. I'm just making sure nothing goes to the sides, and that's why it's like very carefully I'm filling it. And this is the last dosa on top. And once you finish that, make sure you use the egg mixture which is remaining. You have to pour all the egg mixture on top of the dosa so that all the edges gets binds and sealed, so that it gets a shape of a cake. The egg mixture goes down, seeps into the corners and it will bind it. So to cook it, this is a very important step. Place a tawa on low heat and above that keep your pan and close it for 15 minutes on very low heat. And then you have to flip over and cook because you've cooked only the lower part. Just flip over as I'm showing. Release the corners first and make sure it has been done from the bottom. And then grease another pan with little oil and flip it over. This takes a little risk, so I may not be in focus, but this is how you have to do it. Yes, flip it. That's it. Keep it on another low flame for around 5 to 10 minutes until you see this golden brown beauty coming out with all crispy top layer and yummy gooey layer in the center. And of course, what's next? Taste time, which is the favorite time of making anything for me. I'm going to cut it immediately. It's still warm, but I cannot wait. So I'm going to cut it. Can you see that crispy layer on top? Just going to cut a small piece for me. Lying, I'm going to have a big piece after this. Look at that beautiful layers and that spicy chicken filling. This is definitely going to be a soul satisfying snack during iftar. Do try it. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing. Stay healthy, stay happy, and bye bye.